In a region known for its beachside living, we find a home like no other.
Hi, my name is Bridget King and I'm the owner of Captiva Design, Interior Decorating and Home Staging. The qualities and the architectural features of this home are so unique and different. I would like to say this home gives a kind of South Florida mid-century modern vibe. I needed to soften the home, draw attention to the architectural features and have people say, wow.
Learn how smart staging can soften stronger architecture, and learn some great styling tips how to implement in your own home on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Elena Capra. Today we're touring an architectural gem. Its industrial interiors have been softened and reimagined with warm contemporary styling. This 2,200 square foot home has 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. Its unique style is derived from a blend of contemporary design and organic materials. Bridget, welcome to SoFlo Home Project. It's so great to have you here with us today.
Thanks for having me back. I'm so excited about this project.
We see a lot of cool homes on SoFlo Home Project, and this is one of those houses that just really can transport you almost somewhere else because of just the styles and the materials.
So the architect, Scott DiStefano, is a local architect here in Fort Lauderdale, and I think he did a tremendous job blending concrete, wood, steel, so that it feels organic, but it still feels inviting.
Absolutely. I feel like it's those mixed materials that often you don't always think about using together, but seeing the end result just brings something so cool and so different.
Very different. And let me tell you about the furniture here. It's all built in.
I love that. So talk about how easy to set up a floor plan. It's already done.
It's done, right? So what I needed to do now was add the accessories, the accents to soften everything. And what I love about the fabric here is it's durable.
Yes, it looks like a performance fabric.
It's a performance fabric. And then of course I added this beautiful throw, the accent pillows, again, to complement the home, the colors, the warmth, the beauty. So what I really found interesting was the fireplace. So all concrete blocks, and there's very little drywall in this home. So we can work with the concrete floors, which he added color to the concrete.
It's got a lot of nice movement.
A lot of nice movement, so it doesn't feel too cold and sterile. And then the warmth of the beiges and the tans and the taupes just really brought the room together.
It does really warm up the metals. I think it's that mix of the metal and the soft cream tones that just gives this great warmth.
Exactly. And one of my favorite staging colors is green.
Yes.
So
bring the outside in.
It's outside in, right? And you feel like you're in a preserve.
Yes,
because of the tall windows. And then what about this sheepskin rug?
I love a little kind of like hide rug moment. I feel like also with the shape of the room, that just really allows it to kind of be a little more free form.
Exactly. So I always like to use rugs when I'm staging a home. It softens the room, it adds color. And I just felt like this was the perfect rug because it's not your typical 5x8 or 8x10, right?
No, and the shape, I think the shape really plays to the space.
It plays to the space. And the Wenge round coffee table also plays off of the roundness of the rug, right? And then another tip, you must stage your coffee table.
Absolutely. You cannot leave it plain.
You can't leave it plain.
Stuff.
And what is my #1 staging accessory? Books.
Yes.
Coffee table books, right? It speaks luxury, high end. And then I thought, what a nice chest-up,
I love the stone touch as well.
Exactly.
Right?
Working with different materials, glass, stone, metal, you got it. So now in this home, there are some built-ins.
Yes.
And I
can't leave those empty either.
Never. And I had an opportunity here to bring in some warmth with some plants.
Yes.
And you don't have to take care of them.
That's my kind of plant.
They're faux silk, but they look real. Okay, and they photograph well.
And I think for staging, that's also a big tip, right?
So when you're staging your home, you want to make sure you're not adding clutter. That's not the goal, because we have a saying, clutter eats equity.
Well, that's
Less
it. I love
is
that.
more.
Coming up, we look at ways to personalize your sleeping quarters with a luxe feel on SoFlo Home Project.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm John with USA Windows and Doors, and today we are visiting a job site. We're installing new impact windows.
And what I want to pay attention to here is the conditions of the pre-existing window that the homeowner had. As you can see, there is some mold that's growing on here. You can technically see right here, there's water infiltration, which eventually will seep into the drywall, will start bubbling out here, and then that's when you can see it. And another thing is, look at this window. I can't, John, can you help me?
It doesn't open. Oh.
Yes, it does. I wanted to open the window. As you saw, it was very hard to open, so it's not very functional. But I wanted to point out all the debris that's inside of here, all the mold that's growing inside of there. So this homeowner decided to replace this window that's not functional, it's not good for their home, with a brand new impact window. And what we have here, it's already during the process. The first two windows were put in. These are arched windows. And look at the difference. With this window, I have an obstructed view with grids. And with this window, I have a nice clear opening that I can see outside, and I have an unobstructed view.
This is an older home in the Gables, and what we did, we replaced all the rotten wood, all the mold that was in the wall. We replaced everything. There's no more old wood, no rotten wood. Everything is brand new.
So this new window is going to be going into the existing opening. It's all made to size, and it's a impact window that is meeting today's code. Now that is important because a lot of impact windows have been around for a long time, and code has changed over time. It's important that you have a window that meets today's code.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows and doors today? Call USA Windows and Doors.
Or visit us at our website at usawindowsanddoors.com.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Elena Capra, and we're continuing our tour of this beautiful Fort Lauderdale home with Bridget King of Captiva Design. So Bridget, we have talked about the job you had staging this home. So it's a home that's on the market. It's got very interesting architectural features, a lot of metals and wood and concrete. So you were tasked with warming it up, and the primary bedroom is that one area you want to make it cozy and soft, and you've done that here.
Yes, thank you for that. So because the room has the concrete floors, I did add a rug to soften that.
Love it.
Also too, the bedding. Here's a tip for you when you're staging your home. The bedding makes the bed. So even if you didn't have a fabulous headboard and fabulous furniture, if you have very nice bedding, it will still create a warm and inviting look for a potential buyer. And the lamps.
I love that linen look, but the scale is amazing.
The scale, that was the key, because again, the furniture is built in, and
So
they don't really have a
what's here.
designated nightstand to work with, per se.
For a platform.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I wanted to get some height out of this.
I really love them. And I think in here, I like that the palette is so soft. I think primarily in staging, you're going with stuff that's not too bold. So this is that perfect, like, happy medium of color palette.
Exactly. And then what I did, Elena, in the other bedrooms, I created a cute little girl's room.
Love that.
Using green, one of my favorite staging colors. And then we did a guest bedroom using blue. So blues and greens are great colors for staging.
Yes. And I love that in those other bedrooms and the kids' room, the rug, it kind of has a little hint at some of all the foliage and all the greenery and everything we're seeing outside.
That
print
was
is great.
intentional.
And I noticed also softened up with some shears. Is that another way to kind of get from, you know, we have all these beautiful views of the nature coming through, but for these bedrooms, just to give that soft appeal.
Absolutely.
So Bridget, we have got more to see. We are going to continue touring through this home, so stay with us. Coming up, we head upstairs to explore this home's cool lounge on SoFlo Home Project. So when you make major improvements to your home, whether it's replacing the AC, the water heater, or more, the warranty for the service is almost just as important as the product itself. And we are here today with Mike Lang from Air Around the Clock to tell us a little bit more about the warranties that they offer. Mike, it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me as well. The warranties are much better now. Before it was 5 years on parts and 1 year on labor. Well, now it's 10 years on parts, and the labor warranties can be bought for the length of the 10 years. So it'll cover the complete unit. It works with air conditioning, we do it with pool heaters, and we can do it with hot water heaters as well. But once you get this warranty, it's covered from end to end. In other words, you need a new coil down the road, everything is covered. There's nothing better than the new 10-year labor warranty. That's got to be the biggest improvement in our industry now. The unit is supposed to last for 10 years. Now you have a 10-year labor warranty, you have a 10-year parts warranty, it's over. You call and make the call, we come out, we take care of it. That's it, you don't have to worry about it. And people will say, well, I'm selling my home in a year. Well, the warranty stays with the air conditioner. So how about you sell into a young couple? And they're like, oh, we don't know, they're really expensive as an air conditioning repair. No, it's not going to cost you anything for the air conditioning repair. After your roof, the air conditioner is the most expensive product in your home. So to cover that is a real feeling. You could sleep better at night, basically.
The other part to it, of course, is it is a big investment to make a lot of these improvements or upgrades to the home, whether it's replacing the AC or more. So do you offer some great financing options for homeowners at Air Around the Clock?
Yeah, we could do the whole thing all in one shot. We could sell you the air conditioner, we could sell you the warranty, and then obviously we could do the financing for you. Don't be embarrassed. We can get anybody financed. Doesn't matter what the credit scores are. We're able to help you and anybody else out there.
Mike, so you always leave us with so much great information. Do you have any last tips for homeowners out there?
Real simple. If your AC is over 10 years old, time for a new AC. And you can reach us at atcair.com or 888-FIX-MY-AC.
Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So storm season is upon us once again, and we are here today at All American Roofing, joined by Susan Manning, to find out how to stay ahead of the elements and protect our homes this storm season. So Susan, it's always great to have you here with us.
Thank you for coming. We love when you visit.
Well, we love getting your advice, and I thought today we could kind of talk about maybe how people could get their quotes and estimates to replace their roofs and stay ahead of everything. But you have a little quote maybe to start that off.
I do have a quote. So I read that this quote that really stuck in my head, and it said, to be prepared, you can be a year ahead, a month ahead, a week ahead, even a day ahead, but you cannot be a day late. And that just stuck in my head. It's true for so many things, especially being prepared for our next hurricane.
So Susan, really it's like the time is now, right? Homeowners need to take action, even though we haven't seen a lot of rain yet.
Exactly.
It's out there.
So we've been very dry, and what happens is people put their roofs on the back burner. Who has extra money to spend on roofs right now? No one, right?
It's a big investment.
It is, and it's really important to call, get an estimate for your leak, get an estimate for your re-roof. We don't even have to come to your home. Now we measure everything by satellite. We can email you the estimate.
Susan, so of course, some people might just want to get the estimate, but there are others that maybe should be taking action now because that roof really needs to be replaced.
Yeah. I would like to encourage anyone who has the funds to put a new roof on or to fix those leaks to please do it now. Don't wait.
If homeowners are thinking about getting their estimate and getting prepared themselves for this storm season when it comes to their roof, how do they reach you here at All American Roofing?
They can reach us at www.allamericanroof.com or 954-772-7663.
Awesome. Always great to have you here with us.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Elena Capra, and we are continuing our tour of this cool Fort Lauderdale home with Bridget King of Captiva Design. And now, Bridget, this home, it has all sorts of interesting elements. We've got concrete, we've got wood, we've got metal. And now we're here on the second story in this lofted area that looks down to the living room. And you were tasked again with warming up the elements and staging.
Well, I love this space. It's so cozy.
It is.
Right?
But then you still get those peaks of the light.
Still get the natural light
foliage.
coming in. Hey, if mom is downstairs cooking food, we can still smell the...
That's right. You get all the good stuff.
But it's a nice, warm, cozy space to watch TV, kick back and relax. And if you noticed, the yellow, they use yellow upholstery as opposed to cream beige upholstery
downstairs. We have
downstairs.
more neutrals.
More neutral. There's a nice pop of color in here.
Yes.
And of course, I just had to add my signature, pillows, because I love pillows.
Yes.
That's one
These are
thing.
fun, brings that yellow in.
Fun, tie it all together, and then a rug. Now, it was beautiful oak wood floors, which are also against the built-in sofa and on the floors as well.
So downstairs we have some concrete, and then up here we've got the mix of wood.
Exactly. So we switched it up a little bit. And so the rug helps again to warm the space, to
Very much
define
so.
the space, and then adding in a little bit of additional lighting, right? And they had the coffee table here, so I just worked with what they had.
Yeah, matches the wood tone.
Exactly.
Beautifully.
And brought in some design elements just to, again, warm up the space. Again, green, florals. And I just love the way this turned out.
So it is kind of a little area to just kick back, relax.
And if you want to remove the cushions, you could actually turn this into another sleeping quarters if you had guests.
I love convertible spaces, so you get that kind of daybed option.
Exactly.
Or just a really comfortable couch. And when you're staging, we've talked about neutrality is great, but there are certain areas where you want to add color. And in this area you did. What kind of determines that? Is it sometimes in those secondary spaces, family rooms, kids' rooms, things like that?
Yes, definitely kids' rooms. I love to add color, make it fun and engaging. And then it stimulates the response too when people walk in. And again, the colors that I love working with are the greens and the blue tones, the teals, things that reflect sun and the beach, right? And feel warm and inviting. So we worked with the yellow, and I think it turned out nice. I neutralized a little bit of the yellow using just a neutral beige pillow, just to tone it down a bit.
Playing with it might be color on the rug, neutral on the sofa,
Exactly.
or vice versa.
Exactly. But bring some color into the home.
Yeah, no, I think if you're not on the beach, bring the sunshine, right here and
Right
bring it on
here.
in. So
Yes.
I really love the space. I think it's a cool, cozy nook. I love the pop of color. But we've got more cool and interesting spaces to see.
We do. There's one I can't wait to show you.
So you'll have to stay with us to see. Next, find out how a home office can add function to your spare spaces on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Elena Capra, and we are on the last stop of our tour here with Bridget King of Captiva Design, and we've been sharing all day how it was staged to really soften up the architectural details of this home. So Bridget, I really love this particular space. We've stepped outside the main house and up a staircase, and we're kind of like, feels like we are immersed in a tree house amongst all of this cool foliage around us. What a great kind of bonus space.
Definitely. This can be so many things depending on what your lifestyle incorporates.
Exactly.
And so I decided to stage it as kind of like an office lounge area. But the previous owner actually had it as an artist studio because of all the natural light coming in.
This would be an amazing studio. And I think for just about any type of bonus room application, there really could be, the sky's the limit.
And if you're thinking of rental income, this is the spot.
And in here we've talked about the materials. We've got a lot of metal and wood and concrete in the main house. Here it's a little softer. We've got the wood, we've got the beams, but we've got the cork flooring.
Oh, and cork flooring, easy to take care of, eco-friendly, and it adds warmth to the entire space.
And the sound quality. It
Absolutely.
just softens everything. And I really love the way it's set up. You kind of put it all on an angular layout. Let's talk a little bit about that, because I think that shows off the room.
I thought, let's try something a little different here. In the main house, we had a lot of built-in furniture, but here I was able to kind of explore and reimagine what I would like it to be. And so we brought in a little glass for the desk. Again, just keeping that light, airy flow. And the white, which you can pop with any color.
And again, we talked about downstairs, how the rug was sort of free-form in the living room.
Yes.
And you did something here, it's a little more geometric, but the same concept.
Yes.
Well, this is great. And I kind of also love that the table is, again, So you've got linear stuff, but then you've got these more organic shapes.
Yes, love playing with shapes. I did that in the rug in the main house. And then again, I tried to incorporate a little bit of that into what we know here as a multi-use space.
Yes. Bridget, this has been so much fun. I really love touring this home with you
you.
and seeing how you softened up the architectural details. And I still think really complimented them in such a nice way. This has been a really fun tour. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So I hope that you enjoyed today's home tour and staging tips. And we hope to see you again next week for another all-new episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloShows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.